Om Shanti. Today is 19th February 2023 and we shall listen to the Avyakta versions of Avyakta Bapdada. These Avyakta versions were spoken by Avyakta Bapdada on 23rd December 1993. The title for today's Murli is The Transformation of Your Attitude Through a Firm Vow of Purity. Today, the highest on high Father is seeing all his great children. All the children have become great souls because they have adopted purity, which is the main basis of becoming the greatest of all. Baba says that Baba is seeing his great children, and all the children have become great souls because they have adopted purity, which is the main basis of becoming the greatest of all. All of you have kept a fast of purity in the form of a promise. To make a vow, that is vrat, in the form of having a determined thought means to transform your attitude. To take a vow means to transform your attitude. A firm vow changes your attitude. This is why people on the path of devotion make a vow and keep a fast. They make a vow and keep a fast. To make a vow means to have a certain thought in your mind, and to keep a fast means to take physical precautions, whether with your food and drink or in your activity and behavior. The aim of both is to change your attitude through a vow. Baba says to keep a fast or to take a vow. The aim of both is to change your attitude through a vow. All of you also made a vow for purity and made your attitude elevated. What attitude did you create towards all souls? With the attitude of all souls being brothers, that is, with the attitude of brotherhood. You Brahmins became great souls. All of you have made this vow firm, have you not? The meaning of Brahmin life is to be a pure soul. The meaning of Brahmin life is to be a pure soul. And this purity is the foundation of Brahmin life. The foundation is strong, is it not? Baba is asking. The foundation is strong, is it not? Or does it shake? To keep this foundation constantly unshakable and immovable is to attain the happiness of Brahmin life. The more the foundation is firm, immovable, unshakable, Baba says, is to attain the happiness of Brahmin life. Sometimes when children have a heart-to-heart conversation with the father, or when they give their true chart, what do they say? Sometimes when children have a heart-to-heart conversation with Bap Dada, or when they give their true charts, what do they say? They say they do not experience as much supersensuous joy and power as they should. In other words, they do have it. They would not say we do not have the experience of supersensuous joy or power. They do have it, but not to the extent that they should have. What is the reason for this? You say that you are the master almighty authorities. ones with all powers. If you were asked whether you are the masters, ones with all powers, what would you say? You would not say no, would you? You would say yes. You are the masters, ones with all the powers. And so, where do the powers go? Baba says, when you say you are master, almighty authorities, you are the master of all the powers, then where do the powers go? You are those who are leading a Brahmin life. You are not just Brahmins in name, but those who lead this life in practice. So, if there isn't the experience of complete peace and happiness in the life of a Brahmin, or if a Brahmin is not full of all attainments or does not have them constantly, then who apart from Brahmins would have this? Can anyone can anyone else be this? Only Brahmins can be this. What do all of you sign as your signature? You say BK, BK so and so. Is this firm or weak? So what does BK mean? What does BK mean? So this is the definition of a Brahmin. Why do the words to the extent that so accordingly emerge? To the extent we should experience supersensuous joy and all powers, but not to the extent. So Baba says, why do the words to the extent that or so accordingly emerge? You say that the mother of peace and happiness is purity. So when you don't experience that much supersensuous joy and sweet silence, the reason is that the foundation of purity is weak. Somewhere it is weak. You were also told earlier that purity does not just mean a vow of celibacy. This vow is elevated because the great souls of today do not just consider this vow of celibacy to be difficult. Baba says, because the great souls of today do not just consider this vow of celibacy to be difficult, they consider it to be impossible. Not just difficult, but they feel it is impossible. So, you have made the impossible possible with your determined thought, and you have followed it easily. Therefore, to make this vow is not a small thing. Baba gives us congratulations for that. So Baba says, therefore, to make this vow is not a small thing, the vow of celibacy. Bap Dada gives blessings from the heart as well as congratulations to those who have observed this vow. Baba appreciates for what children have done. However, Bap Dada wishes to see each Brahmin child complete and perfect. So, you have imbibed this main aspect in your life and easily made the impossible possible. Therefore, what is so difficult about imbibing all types of purity? Baba says if you have made the impossible possible, then what is so difficult about imbibing all types of purity? All of you know the definition of purity very well. You do know it, do you not? If all of you were asked to give a lecture on the topic, what is purity? You could give this lecture, could you not? You can do this very well, can you not? So, since you know this and accept it, then Baba says, why are there these words to the extent that so accordingly? What aspect of purity is weak so that it reduces your experience of peace, happiness, and power? Now, Baba is asking, what aspect of purity is weak so that it reduces your experience of peace, happiness, and power? Purity does not remain unshakable in one stage or another. Therefore, check in what aspect of purity there is fluctuation. Bap Dada is not clarifying all the different forms of purity because you know them anyway. You have heard them many a times and you also relate them to others. You even talk to yourself about it. Yes, this is purity. This is purity. What does Bap Dada see as a result in the majority of you? You have a lot of knowledge. You have become bestowers of the method of yoga. You are very clever when it comes to talking about the subject of dharana, and you are also ahead of one another in doing service. So Baba saw all the four subjects, and Baba saw everyone is ahead of one another. So what else remains? You have become number one knowledgeable, but you become careless in just one thing. Huh? Baba says you have become number one knowledgeable, but you become careless in just one thing, that is, in transforming yourselves from wasteful thinking, seeing, speaking, and doing by putting a full stop in a second. This is where we lack. This is the subtle aspect of purity which children are lacking. So Baba has given the result, that is in transforming yourselves from wasteful thinking, seeing, speaking, and doing by putting a full stop in a second. You even understand that this weakness brings about a difference in experiencing happiness. It becomes an obstacle to becoming an embodiment of power and similar to the Father. Baba says, you all know about it, that these subtle aspects become an obstacle to becoming an embodiment of power and similar to the Father. However, what happens even then? You are not able to transform yourself. You are not able to put a full stop. You put a comma and think, it is all right, I understand this. Or seeing others, you put an exclamation mark of surprise and think, even this happens, doesn't it? Should it be like this? Or you put a Q, that is, Q in Hindi means why. You put a queue of question marks. You put a queue of questions. Baba says, you put a queue of question marks. You make a queue of questions. To put a full stop means to put a dot. You can only put a full stop when you have the awareness of Father, the dot. You can only apply a full stop when you have the awareness of Father, the dot, and of the soul being a dot. This awareness gives you the power to put a full stop. That is to put a dot. At that time, some even think I have to stabilize myself in my stage of soul consciousness. However, instead of you seeing souls, Maya makes other people or things repeatedly appear in front of you on her screen. Through this, the soul is hidden and the person or thing appears clearly in front of you again and again. So the main reason is that you lack the controlling power to control yourself. You know very well how to control others, but you don't know how to control yourself as well. That is, how to use your power to transform yourself. Baba says, you know very well how to control others, but you don't know how to control yourself as well. That is, how to use your power to transform yourself. When Bap Dada hears some children, he has to smile. When it comes to transforming yourselves or tolerating something, or when it comes to having to accommodate something within yourself, what do most of you say? I have to die all the time. Many of you say, I have to die all the time. I have to change all the time. I have to tolerate all the time. However, this dying is not like the dying where people say that someone has died and gone to heaven. In that dying, they do not go to heaven. But in this dying, you receive an elevated seat in heaven. So this dying is not dying, but it is claiming your self-sovereignty in heaven. So it is good to die, is it not? Or do you find it difficult? At that time, you may find it difficult. I am not wrong. That one is wrong. You do not then know how to put right that which is wrong. Should the one who is wrong change or the one who is right change? Who has to change? Both have to change. In spiritual language, consider the word change to mean to move forward. Change means to move forward. Do not take it to mean to change yourself, but to make progress. It is not changing in a wrong way, but changing in the right way. Do you have the power to transform yourselves? Or do you think that you will transform anyway at some point? The meaning of purity is to imbibe at every moment the importance of the three dots in your thoughts, words, deeds, connections, and relations. When any situation comes, you must first offer yourself by putting a full stop in a second. I have to change. Those who offer themselves in this way receive blessings in three ways. Firstly, you receive blessings from yourself. To experience happiness means to receive blessings. Secondly, from the Father. And thirdly, you also receive blessings from the elevated souls of the Brahmin family. So, does this mean to die or to attain? No, Baba is asking, does this mean to die or to attain? You attained something, did you not? So what did you do? Baba is asking, so what did you do? Increase your efforts by putting a full stop and with controlling power bring about transformation at a fast speed. Do not bring about carelessness. This happens all the time, is the thought of carelessness. Transform the carelessness and become alert. Acha, to all the great souls everywhere, to the souls who have made the most elevated vow of purity, to the elevated souls who transform themselves by putting a full stop in a second, to the souls who offer themselves to become instruments for an elevated task, to the souls who are similar to the Father and who inculcate the importance of the three dots into their practical lives: love, remembrance, and namaste from Bap Dada. Then Bap Dada met the Dadis and Baba asked them, everyone experiences happiness when they see you. Why do they become happy? Bap Dada is asking all the Dadis, you are happy when you see the Dadis, are you not? Then Baba asked the public, you are happy when you see the Dadis, are you not? Why do you become happy? They give happiness through their vibrations and their actions, and you are therefore happy. You experience happiness when you met such elevated souls. Do you not? Baba is asking, you experience happiness when you meet such elevated souls. Do you not? Then Baba is asking to the teachers, you also follow them, do you not? Many children think the Father is the Father. How can we become the same as He is? However, the instrument souls are your equals. So, since they can become this, can you not become this? The aim of all of you is to become complete and perfect. If Baba were to ask all of you to raise your hands as to whether you want to become 16 celestial degrees full or 14 degrees, then for which would you raise your hands? For 16 degrees. So, what does 16 celestial degrees mean? To become complete. 16 celestial degrees means to become complete. Since you have this aim, you have to become this. It is not difficult. You have to become this. Do not become upset over little things. You are becoming idols, and so there will, of course, be a little hammering. How else would you become an idol? Just like that? To the extent that some are in front, so accordingly they have to go across the most storms. However, they do not experience those storms to be storms, but as gifts. That storm, Tufan, also becomes a gift to make you experienced. So it has become a gift so far, has it not? So you like accepting a gift, do you not? Or do you find it difficult to accept a gift? So this is also receiving, it is not giving. It is difficult to give, but it is easy to receive. Do not think, is there just this in my part? Do I have to experience all the obstacles? Welcome them. Come, this is a gift. What does that matter when you receive the most gifts of all? To become a very accurate idol means to be hammered more. It is only by hammering the idol that you are able to make it right. You have become experienced in this. It is nothing new. You find it to be a game. You continue to observe it You smile and continue to give blessings. All of you teachers are courageous, are you not? Or do you sometimes get scared? We did not think that this would happen. If we had known of this before, we would have thought about it. Do double foreigners think? We did not think that this is what would happen by becoming Brahmins. Did you ever think this? Have you come here after thinking about this? Or do you still have to think about it? Acha, Bap Dada's blessing for us children today is, may you become a Mahavir, great warrior, seated on your vehicle and holding all your ornaments and grand visions of the Father. I repeat, may you become a Mahavir, great warrior, seated on your vehicle and holding all your ornaments and grand visions of the Father. A Mahavir is one who holds his weapons. Shaktis and Pandavas are always shown on their vehicles with their weapons. The weapons are their ornaments. Each vehicle is an elevated stage, and the ornaments are all powers. Only those who are seated on their vehicle and who hold their ornaments can be the images that grant visions and those who grant visions of the Father. This is the duty of the Mahavir's children. This is the duty of the Mahavir children. A Mahavir is the one who overcomes all adverse situations with his flying stage. Today's slogan is, make your stage elevated with your constant and steady efforts, and a test paper as big as the Himalayas will become like a cotton wool. So light. Baba says, make your stage elevated with your constant and steady efforts, and a test paper as big as the Himalayas will also become like the cotton wool. Acha, Om Shanti.